Um, all right, everybody, welcome to Show Some Hus. We are here with a double dipperoo, and this is following our fifth straight win. We're going to talk about the Kings win real quick. Yeah, Leo, just give me some quick thoughts on that big kind of just like redemption win that we had because we haven't been able to beat them this year yet.
Yeah, man. What an ugly start to that game. But after, I think it was just probably after the first, we were like, okay, let's play some basketball. And after that, it was smooth sailing. Thank goodness that D Fox was out.
I think that, yeah, like we can sit there and say we beat them and everything, but like, really, did we beat them? You know,
Hey,
um,
man, winning is winning.
that is true. That is true, and we needed it. We need to kind of keep this momentum going, seeing as we've won five in a row and we've moved up only one spot. So, um, yeah, so awesome win. Boys just took over. I mean, you can. I think the biggest thing was the plus 40 from Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Like, look at those plus minuses for the starters. That's just absurd.
Oh, dude, yeah, 7 for 8 from the field.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
Solid game. Solid game.
for 21 for what is it, 24?
Yeah.
Or sorry, 20 for 23 with between Murray and Gordon.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good field goal percentage. You're going to win a lot of games with that.
Yeah. And Jamal had a killer night. And we'll get to the Jamal thing in this next one. Um, and first I want to start with you got to watch the warm-ups tonight. And I want to know how that was.
Oh man, it was amazing. It was incredible. Man, we got there and MPJ was out there shooting, and man, he it was just one after another, just nothing but net. And then after that, um, KCP and Justin Holiday came out, and dude, it's crazy because you think of Justin Holiday and you think of like a scrub. Like, let's
Yeah.
call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And um, and you know this as a human that watches basketball, but they are so far above what even like the best like intramural college player, or even, you know what I mean? Because Justin Holiday, um, I think I saw him hit 9 or 10 threes in a row.
Yeah.
Saw KCP hit, I think, 13 or 14 threes in a row. And
Jeez.
and it's just another day at the office for them.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's the best league in the world with the best players in the world for a reason, right? And
yeah,
there's that saying of is it Scalabrini, the old Celtics guy, um, talking about how like he
he's closer
tells
to LeBron.
yeah, yeah. You know the saying. Go ahead, say it because I don't know it.
Brian Scalabrine is closer to LeBron than we are to Brian Scalabrine,
Yeah.
and he is not lying.
Hmm. That is a fact. It is a
I
fact.
believed him. I believed him when he said it. I believe him now. Um, but dude, so it was amazing. Getting to watch those guys shoot the rock, and got to see Hawkes Jr. from the Heat. Got to see his warm up routine. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Caleb Martin saw his warm up routine. That was pretty cool as well. It's amazing how they're almost like machines, man. They're almost like machines.
Hmm.
And there was probably 200 of us around the court that got to do the experience. So it was a lot of people, but we still had an awesome, awesome time. And I realized how many people there were when Nikola came out, because it was an eruption. Um,
But
and he just came out, sat down for 10 minutes or so, just waiting for the two guys in front of him. They warmed up in pairs. Although Mike was shooting by himself when we got there, so I don't know how that worked out. But Nikola comes out and does his thing, and just just a
Yeah.
work of art. It's
Yeah.
his warm up is literally like his gameplay. It's about the same speed. It's about it's all about getting those reps in. So
Yeah.
it was cool. I think Joker was the last. No, he wasn't. Who was the last one you saw?
I saw you sent
I
me some
can't remember.
videos of KCP and Joker tonight, which was pretty sweet, and MPJ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was man. It was a special experience. It was cool.
Yeah. So got to the game, and I want to talk to you about that first quarter because boy, we came out with an agenda and we implemented it quickly and fast.
Yeah. What was it? 11-0, 9-0,
Hmm.
something like that. It was great.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think Nikola shot the ball until 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left in the first. And but the boys, like it was awesome. Um, so you love to see us be successful when Nikola doesn't have to shoot, but
Hmm.
you know, it was fun.
Yeah, and I think one thing that just stands out. And I mean, I'm sure this happens more than we think, but you look at bottom left corner of these stats, they didn't lead 1 second in this game.
No.
And I think you text me right after you guys were getting on the train to go home. You were like, well, that was probably a little closer than it should have been, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt that way too, because I was like, I'm like, oh, maybe I can go brush my teeth before bedtime and get ready for this pod. Nope. They had to make it close for us.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, we just came out with, and I don't know what it is, but ever since the All-Star break, we have looked. It looks like we've sharpened our tools. We've sharpened our tools. We've sharpened our blades, and we look dangerous. And
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the rest. I don't know. I mean, even Zeke Naji looks sharper.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's just crazy. It's fun to watch. It's awesome because this playoff push is going to be great. Um, but yeah, I thought I want to talk to you about the third quarter. So the third quarter, it was interesting because like Jamal goes down, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about that in a second. But Jamal goes down, and did you feel like the air went out of the building when that happened?
Um, well, kind of, but I think everyone would know a lot of people didn't realize he was hurt until he started leaving.
Okay.
And the reason I forget what was there was an issue with the referees for the millionth time tonight. The referees and the coaches were having a spout, man. Find
Yeah.
me, I guess, whatever, man. The refereeing was
It was.
questionable at best and towards both teams.
Yeah.
Um, but I so when we realized that Jamal was leaving, that's when we were like, oh,
Hmm. Yeah. And
this sucks. And you made a good point of would have been nice to have Colin Gillespie.
yeah, like the announcers kind of said it, and they were like, well, they're going to have to, you know, play point guard by committee tonight because you can't play Reggie the entire way after that happened. Um, but I think what was huge was, I mean, I was only watching on TNT, and it just felt like there was like like we thought we kind of went through most of the injury adversity so far already with everyone and everything that's gone on the past, first 60 games, right? But
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to MPJ because MPJ in that third quarter, I just felt like he gave us that extra lift we needed when things were kind of feeling crappy after watching Jamal walk off the court and not come back. And I don't think he did anything special. It wasn't like he was doing things he does outside of his regular game. He was just hitting the shots that he normally takes.
yeah.
And I don't know if it was like extra focus, maybe it was that awesome routine that you got to see, before the game. I don't know what it is, but I want to see more of that. And he has been since the All-Star break. The guy's been great.
Yeah, he really has. And man, I don't want to be the guy that says this, but I'm going to be the guy that says this. It's because we were there for warmups tonight. That's why he truly
we're
went off.
we were all thinking it. So, you know,
So, no, man, it was. I can sit here and be like, well, man, the way he was shooting, of course it was going to go. But I bet his warm up, I bet it's like that every night for him.
yeah, yeah,
So, but because you're right, like you said it, you nailed it. He was just hitting the shots he usually takes,
hmm
and he usually doesn't make that many.
yeah,
And boy, oh boy, did he tonight. And it was great, man. It was like when he caught it, you just knew.
hmm
So,
yeah. We needed it too, because
100%, 100%.
and I thought, dude, and I remember talking with you about Spo all through the finals last year. The guy is an absolute basketball genius. He tinkered. I thought tonight he tinkered well enough and perfectly to get his team, who was not even close to at, or they are nowhere near the Heat they are last year, in my opinion.
Well, they're
And
missing Tyler Harrow, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And he tinkered with it. I mean, he mixed in some zone, got big stops, and he dragged that thing out to where this game should have been probably a 20 point. This should have been a similar gap compared to the Kings game. But look at that score. It was 6 points, and it came down to the wire.
Yeah.
And it's because of
Um,
Spo, in my opinion.
and I feel like, yeah, I agree. I questioned not fouling a little bit sooner.
hmm
That was my only uh questionable thing, but you're exactly right, man. Like it should have been a 30-point game, even
hmm
without Jamal going into the fourth.
Yeah.
It should have been 30. But yeah, Spo is something else.
Yeah. He definitely is living up to the contract that he got.
No joke. And Jimmy Butler missed a few layups um that I thought was odd.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's not the playoffs, so we've just got emo Jimmy right now. Until then,
that, that's
yeah,
true.
Michael Jordan Jimmy won't show up for 22 more games or whatever it is. Uh,
This
but
is true.
yeah, I mean, yeah, let's go with three grows, three glows. I'm kind of liking
All
this
right.
trend.
All right. So um I'll go with Grows first. Um was it 15 points from our bench? I guess that's not terrible. But we need to grow.
Amen.
Um, that's just where it is.
Yeah.
That's one.
hmm
Um, but I will say Zeke did have, I had a couple turnovers tonight. He missed his shot, but I thought the aggression was much better.
Agreed.
And it has been much better the last 2 or 3 games.
hmm
Um, I think sometimes our shot selection is questionable when games are close. I think it should go to someone and then that person makes decisions. But we're 41-19. So
hmm
things are working out. Um,
I think if that's
so
a
I guess,
playoff game,
yeah,
it goes exactly like you're saying.
yeah,
He touches it every time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Glows, Michael Porter Jr. Holy crap. That was amazing. Um, Aaron Gordon shoots high percentage almost every single night. That's another glow. And um, my third one is the way we work downhill in transition. I know that we do stop and pop for threes, but when we're shooting the way we are, you should do that, right?
hmm
But how many lobs do we have a game?
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like, and maybe I don't watch enough NBA, but I feel like we have a lot of clean lobs every game, every
mhm.
game.
Yeah.
Um, so and that's a credit to our whole team.
Yeah, and I mean it was a rare night we lose the points in the paint battle, but it's just like you're saying, it's because we shot so well. I mean, we made five more threes than them. I mean, I realize
Yeah.
the percentage is similar, but I mean,
15 points is 15 points.
yeah, I mean it KCP past few games, it's like he's rolling back some years or something. He's feeling like I'm gonna go snag as many rings as I can before I call it a day. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's on the verge of retiring or anything, but he's closer to it than say Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I I and I want to throw in one grow, and you kind of touched on it with the percentages, but more focusing on the free throws. We missed two free throws the whole night, and the starters went 100%.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even
Yeah, and
see that.
and you really point out AG. AG struggled. What was it, like 10, 15 games ago? Really, really
Yes.
struggled, and you can tell
Yes.
he's putting in the work. And I mean, that man, I, he is the definition of a workhorse. And I'm not just talking about on the court. You can tell that he puts in time. You can tell that he watches film.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm loving every second of this, man. This final 22 games left with leading into the playoffs. I don't know where we're going to be seated still. Spurs helped us out big time tonight, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, I would rather have not have the one seed and go in playing like this than vice versa, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but man, we're making moves. We're making moves.
mm-hmm.
Uh, I I wanted to did want to touch on, and it's not a huge deal, but I'd like to see more from Peyton Watson.
What happened with that dunk? I couldn't really tell on the TV.
Dude, if I was wondering, like, did someone like set the controller down? Like what happened here? Like, I don't know.
Batteries went out in the controller.
That's what it was like. That's what it was. It was. I don't know
I
if he was concerned that someone was going to come up to block it. I don't know if he
think
just lost it. I don't know, but he was.
so.
He was bad. All of his shots I thought were bad.
Yeah, the TNT broadcast interviewed MPJ after the game, and they talked about that. I guess MPJ and can't remember someone else on the bench uh, Peyton Watson after that, like during a timeout. And Michael Porter Jr. said he slipped. I don't think he slipped. I think he was going for the spectacular, some kind of something you and I have, you know, don't get me wrong. I want to be entertained, but in that situation when you can tell the Heat are grinding this game out, get the 2 points first.
Yeah,
And it kind of just looks like he was tired. His leg gave out and he just couldn't get up there to do what he wanted. But nonetheless, I'm sure he'll learn. He seems like a very humble guy. Um, and you know, maybe I'm just jealous because I can't even jump a third of what he can. Um,
same.
nonetheless, yeah, you got anything else to touch on?
No, man, that's we're just looking good. Let's keep it going.
Yeah,
A back to back, 2 wins. Let's go.
let's go. Nuggets next have LA, Lakers in LA. I believe it's the first game in LA this year. Um, so that'll be fun. Daddy's coming home. So uh yeah, I think that's at 6:30 Mountain Time on Saturday. It's a prime time ABC game. And then I have the most important question for you, Leo. What did you and April eat tonight at the stadium?
Oh man. All right. So we went smash burger tonight.
All right.
Um I had the I had the double.
Okay.
Um April had the single, and I went cherry coke, and she went cherry limeade.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'm digging
yeah,
it.
man. And of course, you had to get the tots. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did anyone get Dippin' Dots?
oh, we did not get Dippin' Dots.
Okay. Next time. Next time.
No. I, we need to. You're right. Yes, because Dave next to us got some Dippin' Dots, and I was like, man, I really should have got some Dippin' Dots, but he also missed 5 minutes of the game, and I'm not here for that. So
Yeah. All right. Everybody, I just want to kind of preface, we got a pod coming up, gonna be dropping Friday, maybe Saturday morning. We'll find out. Who knows? We like to keep you on your toes. It's with Coach K, and she plays a game with Leo and I, and it's not easy. It's not
oh
easy.
man,
And
it's a good one. It's a
it is,
good one for sure, but it was a toughie.
yeah, yes. Um, so stay tuned for that. And then next week, the Donny Unforgivable, Unbreakable, whatever the name of that quiz is, round 2 en route. So Leo, study up. All right.
I, I can't wait for you to give me some free answers and have me treat to win.
All right, buddy. Well, happy Thursday and Friday to everyone whenever you listen to this. And Leo, remind the people for us.
Please do not forget to show some hus. Go Nuggets.